Hey everyone, welcome to Comic Essay. My name is Sean, and today we're going to be looking at Doomsday Clock issue number 3. Apologies for this coming out so late. The issue's been out actually for a while. It just followed my schedule, so I haven't been able to get to it. So we pick up with the original Watchmen story where Ozymandias fought and killed the comedian. Originally, he threw him out of the window, and that was the end of the comedian, as we know it. But what we find out is that Dr. Manhattan actually intervened and grabbed the comedian as he was about to die, or he brought him back to life. But we haven't seen Dr. Manhattan actually display such an ability as yet, so he probably grabbed him just before he died. We see Dr. Manhattan brought the comedian over to the DC universe, which is how we find him here with Ozymandias in Lex Luthor's office. Immediately, the two take the offensive. They start fighting each other. Now, what's interesting is that this sort of feels like a rematch from their first fight when the comedian actually died. To be honest, it's actually pretty cool and a bit nostalgic. Either way, the comedian gains the upper hand since he startles Ozymandias, and Ozymandias ends up making his escape by jumping out the window. On the other side of town, though, we pick up with Marionette and Mime, who escape Ozymandias' ship and explore Gotham, basically. They walk into a bar which happens to be the Joker's bar, and so the patrons of the bar don't like that they're basically wearing makeup. So they don't like them, and obviously a fight ignites. But where we think the Mime is crazy, in my head, I think he's crazy for pulling out an imaginary gun, and we see the patrons of the bar seem to have the upper hand. He actually shoots the gun, and he ends up shooting a guy in his head, which for me it baffles me. It still baffles me. But now he just starts shooting this invisible gun to people, and he starts throwing invisible knives. Marionette stops chopping off people's hands. It's basically chaos, but it's amazing, which is all very cool from my opinion. The fight dies down after they basically knock everyone out or kill them, and now this is pretty interesting. They want to go find out. They think it's interesting about this man called the Joker, and they actually decide to go seek him out, which is exactly where their storyline will probably lead to, which is pretty cool. I'd really like to see a meetup between Mime, Marionette, and the Joker. Finally, though, in the story, we finally get to meet. We pick up with Rorschach and Batman. Rorschach gives Batman Kovac's journal basically to read. Now, while that happens, we get a bit more insight into Rorschach. We also see this is the first time we see the new Rorschach's face, and we get to understand that Rorschach was actually affected. Him and his family was actually affected by by Ozymandias' plans when he had staged the alien attacks and so on. So he actually what we find out is that he actually hates Ozymandias. As he's taking a shower, he's busy talking about shucks, I had to shake this guy's hand, as if we were agreeing on things. I have to get clean, and so much so that he starts scratching his head so much that he starts bleeding. It's crazy. And but I think we understand, though, that he has to work with Ozymandias in order to find Dr. Manhattan, which seems to be his end goal. After a full day, Rorschach ends up sleeping for basically a full day, and Batman agrees to help him to find Dr. Manhattan after he's finished reading the journal. Not only that, Batman says he knows where he is. So the two of them go off and sneak into Arkham Asylum. Now, it's so cute because Rorschach sees Batman's gadgets, and he asks hey man, where do you get your gadgets done? Could I use them sometime? And Batman's like, maybe so, whatever. But it's sort of funny because he's like a kid who saw another kid with a really cool toy, and he's like, yo, can I play with your toy as well? So yeah. Anyway, what happens is Batman leads Rorschach to a cell number in Arkham and says, hey, Dr. Manhattan is here. Rorschach walks in, and Batman locks Rorschach in there and walks away, which is totally messed up but expected. Batman can't trust Rorschach. Batman would never trust Rorschach. We would actually think it was crazy if Batman ended up trusting Rorschach. If anything, Batman thinks Rorschach is crazy, and this is exactly where he needs to be. The problem is that it's just it messes up their relationship for the future. And for me, honestly, I sort of just wished everything would work out between Rorschach and Batman. I mean, because the two are so alike sometimes. It's just like you really wanted to see the team up so early on. But I think we have so many more issues in Doomsday Clock. I think we're going to get so many more answers. I like that we're finally seeing characters starting to interact with each other. And yeah, so if you like this, if you like what I'm doing, please like and subscribe. Don't forget to do that. Please as well follow us on Patreon, subscribe to Patreon, follow us on Twitter, and yeah, I'll catch y'all later. Cheers.